We'll now just confirm that Shannon Miller was the best of the 24 gymnasts who made the final from Tuesday's and Wednesday's qualifying rounds. These are the top 8, only 2 from each country allowed through, and interesting to note, only 1 former Soviet gymnast featured in that top 8. The women compete on 4 pieces of apparatus: vault, bars, beam and floor. The scores of all 4 are added together to decide the overall champion of the world. We now join commentators Mitch Fenner, Christine Still and Barry Davis, and we start with the top Romanian.
Lavinia Milosevic, the bronze medalist from the Barcelona Olympics, opens her challenge on the bars. It'll be interesting to see whether she's going to have more to offer. She seemed to have a little bit in reserve during the qualifying competition.
So far the same routine, 2 full twisting giants, straight into the Ginger. That's 3 difficult moves strung together, bonus marks awarded there. And her second release, the Kachev, straddling back across the bar. This was where she was short of difficulty, and just the same dismount, double pike to finish.
A little tidier than in the qualifying competition?
Yes, a very steady routine, but not as difficult as we saw her perform in Barcelona, and not as difficult as the routine Shannon Miller has been practicing. Here we see her opening move named after gymnast Shaposhnikova. And she starts into her circling work. Each move the girls perform is given a tariff. The most difficult moves are E moves. The one you just saw there, the giant with a full twist, is a C. That's 2 C moves together, and then into a D move, the Ginger, and shoot over the low bar.
First look at the top Ukrainian, Tatiana Lysenko. She's on the beat.
And a very steady looking mount there. A series of difficult moves. 3 back somersaults for which she is well known. This the most difficult piece of apparatus to start on. And she's steady there. She'll be well pleased to land that move. The front somersault, quite a blind landing and very risky. And a very clean back full spin. She really is a very attractive, classic-looking gymnast. Very nice shoulder line. All she needs now is a confident dismount. The judges might think rather a long pause for it. And double back to land. She'll be very happy with that start for the competition. Yes, much better performance than in the qualifiers. She did in fact fall on the front somersault in the qualifier.
And 9.712, an early challenge from Lysenko, and only 9.512. That's 0.2 down for Milosevic compared with her score on the bars in the qualifying competition. Now Dominic Dawes, who was in the very first group of the qualifying and set standards that many found difficult to match, surprisingly from there, including her compatriot Kerri Strug, who's not in the final.
And the original move there, giant circle with 1.5 twist. A little off direction on that giant fall. And the big dismount, full twisting double back to land. Much, much more difficulty than Milosevic. A good Kachev, but untidy as she caught the bar, and this is an original skill, an uprise to handstand from the release. And straight up again to the giant with 1.5 turns. Original and exciting work.
And Dominique Dawes is an early leader. That's the best score so far, 9.762 in this opening rotation. Shannon Miller looking very calm. Last few words from Steve Nunno. As Shannon Miller comes to the bars, where her colleague Dominique Dawes recorded the best score so far, all around this first rotation of 9.762.
An unusual mount, and here's the big skill, the full turn, straight into the Ginger. Second big release coming, another full turn into the Kachev. There's the skills linked together, and the big dismount, double straight, just a hop forward. Not quite as crisp as we saw in the qualifier. Handstand half turn, and this is the original move. She lets go completely of the bar, turns and re-grasps straight into the Ginger somersault. That's two very difficult moves linked together, and then smoothly over the low bar.
And she's opened with the best score so far, 9.825. Now let's look back on the beam performance in the opening rotation of Li Li of China. Piece of apparatus on which the Chinese tend to excel.
Men borrowed from, move borrowed from the men's parallel bars, the Healy turn to start. Two huge jumps. They commit themselves when they jump so well, the Chinese. The series of somersaults, 2 layout somersaults in a row. Their footwork is precise. And another wonderful jump, head back. These jumps are awarded good bonus marks. The backflip across the beam. And the very original spin on her back. Difficult to believe that she's just on a beam. Oh, just a big step forwards. But that was a very good routine. The backflip across the beam and circle underneath it.
Delightful and effortless, and a performance to worry the others. She is in the lead, Li Li, ahead of the two Americans, Shannon Miller